Uh, this one is like, who am I not subscribed to? Okay, I'm not subscribed to Regent Streets. Now I am. This one I gotta say is like, let me see the. I gotta go back. Let me read the post. I gotta make sure I'm reading the post right, or I'm like, I'm in the right mindset. Cause like, if I'm not in the right mindset, like, if I'm thinking like this is just a regular drop, then I'm gonna talk about it differently, and I'm gonna listen to it differently than when I hear that it's meant to be for this or for that. Um, Last track of the year out now. Can't wait to see what 2026 has to offer. Hell on Earth. So now I'm like, this is the thing. I don't know if this is I don't know if this is a track off of his new project Hell on Earth that he announced that he's dropping in the Read in the Streets day in the life video, the vlog, the 24 hours with Read in the Streets or with 100 band. But like the reason why I consider this to be like it has to be like I preview it differently is because of the song he's coming off of. Like and the tape he's coming off of. Bro, he's coming off of one of the best tapes of the year, one of the best tapes we've heard from the city ever. Even though it's 6 songs, I don't care what anybody says. 6 for 6. That was like everything's dummy high quality. But then you're coming off of an anthem and one of the better anthems we've heard in a long time. Not just an anthem, but a duo anthem. It's been a while since we had a duo anthem. Like you know what I mean? Like it's been quite a while. First, it was the number one song on YouTube. First time that's happened in from Canada or from Toronto in like since 2020. Um, it's just like there's a lot, like you know what I mean. There's a lot that goes into what's coming next from this guy. So it's just like I should say 100 band plan, not this guy, but like it's just like the anticipation. Who I like the place I put him on, like the new gen rappers list. Like you know what I mean. Like he has to be up there with Sav. So it's just like there's a lot that goes into everything he does in my mind, and it's so crucial and critical for him to make the right moves next because he has a sound that can translate anywhere. Like if he catches a crazy wave, like I'm talking like there's like being underground from your city, and then there's like being underground like well known in like North America period and across the pond in London and shit in the UK. Like if you catch that underground, like I'm hot underground period, not just where I'm from, that's a different beast. And I think he has the ability to do that just off of his sound alone, because he doesn't sound like he's from here. He doesn't sound like he's from any like when I say not from anywhere, but like he just sounds good. Pause. Like no matter what, no matter where you're from, you could listen to this nigga and be like, this nigga's tough. Like I don't hear anybody that sounds like him. But yeah, we'll get to it, bro. Cause like I was waiting for him to drop this because I heard a preview. I think he heard the preview and he pretty sure he previewed this. I might be tweaking, but we'll get to it. That's a line. That's crazy.
100,000 in the north, nigga, it's just a name. First I came and kicked the dirt, nigga, it's just a game. The hollow tips put them up, nigga, ain't hit the same. Pray to God every day that I don't go to sim. Wait, but I wanna say right now, I'm like, oh, okay. First kid girl last night, I was like, no, wait. Hold up the pin and so deep in my soul, babe. Stuck on me right now, I cannot go, babe. Niggas always think shit sweet, it's not. Bill out the free car, empty the Glock. Heard what you said, boy, fuck what you said.
We're only 45 seconds in, and the niggas walking. Like just out the gate, 100 bands just it's not enough. It's just a name. That's hard. That's hard, bro. Like it just like leads to questions. It leads to like it just adds to like who he is. Like, but also like flowing cadence is still strong, still there. Like I think it's important for everybody to maintain their identity, and as especially as an artist, because when you're an artist, like your calling card is your flow and your cadence. Like if I could hear your song blasted on somebody's whip while they're driving by, and I'm like, oh, that's 100 band. Like you know how important that is. Like niggas gotta know who you are just off the strength of your, like, you know what I mean? Because you'll know every mainstream artist. So I hear a song I'm like, oh, that's Doja Cat, oh, that's SZA, or oh, that's Drake, that's Tory, that's the week. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's very important. But like he's still walking and he's still doing his thing, but like it sounds refreshing. This is why I gave other artists, like certain artists, their props, because they reuse the same they'll use the same flow and their cadence, and it's their mainstay flow and cadence, but they make it sound fresh every time. And he has that ability, and I think it's very important to have that ability, especially going into dropping your first single project, bro. Like the anticipation I have for him is like, I would say like at this point is none other. Like I think I have the most anticipation for him compared to everybody I've listened to so far or knew that was dropping so far, just because of the like the trajectory that he is on. And I think that's very important to like know.
Boy, when in your head, boy, they get rocked. First get behind me, checking the review, and be beside me, they getting lost. Hitting the left, and we making the right. If I see on no more, then nigga getting tossed.
This is hard.
Two twin glass out the car, just beat it. Two twin hoes, they eat it. Hanging clothes, I ain't need them. Hanging hoes, we leave them. Fuck them, I don't need them. Walk down gang, we breeze them. 100,000 ain't enough, nigga, it's just a nil. First they came and kick the door, nigga, it's just a game. The hollow tips put them up, nigga, ain't hit the same. Pray to God every day that I don't go to Sim. Wait, I don't wanna say right now, I'm like, oh, okay. First get girl last night, I was like, no, wait. Hold up the pin inside deep in my soul, well. Like on me right now, I cannot go, well.
It's a real line. That's crazy. Okay, I'm just trying to see if this is the end before I get into my rant. Okay, so like my thing is like when you're dropping and you're coming off a hit, and I say this in like my EP, my reaction to him and Casper's EP. The thing is about coming off of a hit is not trying, and I can't stress this enough. Unless you know you have a certified hit or it just happens by accident, do not go for that second hit. You know what I mean? Like more often than not, you're going to strike out because it's the audience that chooses what the hits are. Yes, you could be very talented, but you could just, another song could drop or someone else could be planning something, or like, you know what I mean? It could just push your shit to the side. So you always have to let things happen naturally. The most important thing after dropping a hit, and I don't think I've ever said this yet, but it's dropping quality after. That's the number one thing, and that's one thing that scared me about him being so early in his career and dropping a massive hit like that, an anthem like that, is because like, does he have what it takes to drop the quality after? And he answered that with this. This is good quality. This is great quality to drop after your biggest hit that you've come across yet. So, but it also tells me that he's smart and he's sticking to that plan. No pun intended. Like, to be able to transition to a song like this and be like, and it's just calm, smooth sailing, and this shows me like he knows what he's doing. The direction he's going in, it's certified. It's stamped. He understands, and he's not worried. He's also not chasing a hit, which is a great thing. But also, like, this could easily be a song off of his album, and I think that the quality of this song is album worthy, especially for him in his first project. I think that's very important. Like, I think it's like, I always say this, there should never be any misses on your album or your mixtape. Just, there shouldn't be. But the fact that he's dropping his debut project, and it's like he's coming off of a hit, and he's dropped his, I don't know if this is a single off of it, or he's just dropping this to kind of keep things fresh and trying to remind people I'm still here type thing, even though you fucking just hit a mill on your shit. But he's doing things right. He's not rushing anything. He's not moving thirsty or hungry. Like, he's not chasing anything. He's kind of like, it's almost like he's attracting everything to him. And I think it's very important to study the run that he's about to go on, because the way I'm seeing it is like, if it plays out the way I think it can, I think this is somebody who's inserted themselves into certain conversations already, but it just gets better and better. And the sky's the limit for him. It's just about the way he goes about everything from here on out. I don't think he's going to miss on his album, and I don't mean to put pressure on him in any way, shape, or form, but when you have somebody with this much talent, and it's just like, and they're being smart about their moves. A lot of niggas have a lot of talent, but they're not smart about their moves. There's a lot of niggas that have hit making ability, and they're just not smart about their moves. Thought I Was Done. That's a great song. If he dropped Thought I Was Done after he dropped The Market, different conversation. I think Thought I Was Done could probably touch a mill too if it was dropped after, because just the build up and the momentum after. But it was still a great checkpoint because it kind of like even that song even introduced me to him. But Thought I Was Done was like a great point, was a great point in time for him, because that was a great song and I'm like, oh, this nigga's tough. Like this already, that song undeniable. But my question was, could he do it again? Exceeded expectation. So if he continues to exceed expectation, then the blueprint that Sav laid out this year or the year prior could be outdone. And I don't mean that as any disrespect to Sav, but that's what it's supposed to be. Like, that's, if you drop a blueprint, the next person that comes and looks at the blueprint should be like, okay, I could add this, this, or this, or I see where he went wrong here and here and here. Not to say that Sav did anything wrong, because he didn't, but it's just like you do things and you pass on information and you learn to do better. You don't learn to do worse. That doesn't make sense. So to see him taking all the knowledge and the IQ, whether it be from being around Casper or just him obtaining it himself and just kind of watching the game and figuring out what moves he wants to make and just doing things in his way, is very important. And staying authentic to himself is very important, because now I'm telling you, within the next 2 or 3 years, we're getting into that space where we're creating and we're developing a lot of new stars that it may seem like they're coming out the woodwork and just coming out of nowhere. And it's like, but that's not the case. Like, I don't want to say he had the slow build, because it's only been a year for this guy. That's fast as fuck. So it's just like, so it's like you have all these guys coming up it seems like out of nowhere, but this is just the start of the wave. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the new gen has generated so many new stars that have yet to pop off. But I like, when it comes to him and Sav down south, I wouldn't be like, in the next year or two, if they don't break that barrier, I would be shocked. Like, this nigga should be marketing and promoting in America like a motherfucker. Should be marketing and promoting in Canada like a motherfucker. Should be marketing and promoting in the UK like a motherfucker. Because his sound's going to translate, and once he's going to have one hit, that's going to ring off in the underground scene. And like, but I don't want to say this yet, but the way that we're going is just going to take one hit. It's more like, who's it going to be? Who's going to give us that hit that kind of gets everybody to pay attention to us and gives us the respect that Canadian underground music and hip hop in Canada just deserves, point blank, period. It's more of like the stamp, oh, we're here type thing. But like, he's one of those guys who could absolutely do it, just because of how fresh his sound is and the place that hip hop is in at this current point in time. So I'm just waiting to see how good his album is, because if it's as good as I expect it to be and the quality I expect it to be at, like, it's just, you know what I mean? It's just a matter of time still. But I'm still here for it, bro. Like, I'm here. I want to see if he's gonna drop it again. I want to see if he drops another song before his album comes out. I wouldn't mind. You know what I mean? But shout out to 100Band, bro. Keep doing your thing. It's exciting to see people like this come up, like, especially in front of our eyes, bro. Because it's just like, bro, we've had so many stars, like, you know what I mean, hit a ceiling or like not develop the way we think, or they've had trouble with whatever the case may be. So, like, you know what I mean? You got to be rooting for people like this. Like, every time we see somebody like this come onto the scene, everybody should be rooting for him, because every time he gets to a new level, it's like he's bringing us with him. Like, he's raising the ceiling. Like, he's raising the standards. Like, he's giving you a blueprint that you should be able to follow. And when it comes to music, bro, music doesn't know about ops. Like, you know what I mean? Music doesn't know nothing but money and longevity and consistency. So when you have somebody showing signs of doing that and getting to certain levels in certain spots, follow the blueprint, bro. Nobody gives a fuck about, like, oh, I don't like that guy, da 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 da. You're only hurting yourself. You're only damaging yourself. Yes, you could do things in your own way, but you still have like an example that you could copy and follow in front of you. There's no shame in that, bro. Everybody's here to get better. Everybody's trying to do their thing, bro. Just, I'm saying, bro, pay attention to what he does, because I think, like, I think there's gonna be, if I can name 5 people, I might make a video on that. Like, if I can name 5 people who I think are going to kind of push us in that direction, where like they lead us to like kind of opening the door for a lot of underground artists and kind of breaking that barrier clean open, I think he'd be in the top 5 for sure. And you know what I mean? I don't think we could debate it, like, but I don't think it is debatable at this point, bro. But yeah, shout out to 100Band, man.